Great day everyone, I am teacher CJ. So for today's video, I am here to help you how to complete a missing term in a expression to make it a perfect square trinomial. Remember that our quadratic expression standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c, wherein ax squared is the first term, bx is the middle term, and c is our last term. So let's have an example. I have here 16 x squared minus blank plus 9. So here in our problem, the middle term is missing. So to solve for the middle term, we get the square root of the first term and the last term, then multiply their product by 2. We get the square root of the first term and square root of the last term, and then multiply their product by 2. That's how we solve for bx. So now let's substitute first term, last term. So we have square root of 16 x squared multiplied by square root of 9 multiplied by 2. So the square root of 16x squared is 4x. The square root of 9 is 3 times 2 equals bx. So 4x times 3 is 12x times 2 equals bx. 12x times 2 is 24x equals bx. So our middle term is 24x. That's how we solve for the middle term of an expression to make it perfect square trinomial. Let's have another example. So our next example is blank plus 44x plus 4. In this equation, in this example, the missing term is the first term. So to solve for the first term, all we have to do is to divide the middle term by 2, and then divide it by the square root of the last term, and get the square of the result, and the value obtained is already the first term. So let's substitute the given to the formula. So bx is the middle term here, which is 44x divided by 2 divided by the square root of last term, which is 4, and square it. Then 44x divided by 2 is 22x divided by square root of 4 is 2, then square it. 22x divided by 2 is equal to 11x. So the square of 11x is 121x squared. So our first term is 121x squared. That's it. So now let's have another example. So let's have x squared plus 14x plus blank So our missing term here is the last term. So to obtain the last term, we do the same as in example number 2, but this time dividing the square root of the first term. So let's have c equals bx over 2 divided by the square root of first term and square it. So c equals, let's substitute the values of a, b, and c here in our expression. So the value of bx is 14x over 2 divided by the square root of our first term. Our first term is x squared, then square. C equals 14x divided by 2 is equal to 7x divided by the square root of x squared is x, then square. C is equal to 7x divided by x is equal to 7. 7 square. 7 square is 49. So our last term here in our expression is 49. So that's how we complete an expression to make it a perfect square trinomial. I hope you're learning!